तो उद्योग और रोजगार पे दिया है। मेरी अपनी ओर से बहुत बहुत बधाई। सारी बातें उसमें आ गई, इसलिए दोहराने की जरूरत नहीं। बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Now, as we come to conclusion, and before award ceremony, I would like to request Honorable CIM sir to kindly guide all the states and motivate all the states for better performance in EUDB initiatives. Sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Minister Madhya Pradesh, माननीय श्री मोहन यादव जी, सभी मित्र उद्योग मंत्री अलग अलग प्रदेशों से, सेक्रेटरी DPIIT श्री अमरदीप सिंह भाटिया, एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी हिमानी पांडे जी, विभिन्न राज्यों से आए सभी उच्च अधिकारीगण, मित्रों, मैं थोड़ा अंग्रेजी और हिंदी मिक्स करके बोलता हूं क्योंकि अलग अलग राज्य के लोग हैं, सो काइंडली bear with me. A very warm welcome to all of you who have come from far and taken the effort to participate in Udyog Samagam. While we did receive some ministers' regrets for very valid reason, I think Karnataka minister had a marriage in his family, but many states have not even bothered to reply. And I want to convey to all those states through their officers, if at all they have at least sent their officers, that this has been taken very seriously. It only shows that they don't seem to be interested to be a part of the team working towards industrial development. Of course, there was no reason for Honorable Chief Minister to come. His minister was here. But he still made an effort because he also holds industry in addition to being Chief Minister. While he sent his MSME minister, he still thought it prudent that I will also come. It shows a seriousness, एक उत्साह है, एक प्रतिबद्धता है, एक संकल्प है कि हमें आगे बढ़ना है और साथ में बढ़ना है. We have to work together as a team. Those who have no time to come even for such an important event or discussion, or ultimately we learn from each other. एक दूसरे को देख देख के सीखते हैं ना कि आगे हम क्या सुधार सकते हैं. मेरी तो कल्पना है कि अब मंत्रियों का सेशन खत्म होगा, उसके बाद भी अगर कोई मंत्री रहना चाहे तो अच्छी बात है, पर अधिकारी जब एंगेज करेंगे और उसमें आप भी अगर रहे तो आपको भी ध्यान में आएगा. हर स्टेट के कोई अच्छे प्रैक्टिसेस होते हैं. Tamil Nadu has some of the best municipal governance laws when we studied it. And we had actually requested all states to study it and see if you can emulate. I was just seeing Jan Vishwas Bill of Madhya Pradesh. A good bill, good effort to remove obsolete laws, decriminalize simple offenses. People should not have tension while doing work or business. If we start learning from each other, we can do wonders. And the purpose of such an interaction is, and without any political differences, my Prime Minister has categorically told me, election, we can keep fighting with each other as much as we want. The day election gets over, every state is equal. I am Minister for Commerce and Industry for India, which is 140 crore people. Every state, every union territory is equal. And I can tell you, you can ask Mr. Raja, and again going to Tamil Nadu, not for any particular reason, but when he asked me for land from salt land, right? I had already allotted it to the Port Trust, which is a central government undertaking. I cancelled that and I gave it to Tamil Nadu. There's no politics in between. What is good for the country? Whoever uses the land faster, better, productive purposes, and for national good, he should get it. I had a problem with Kerala, some international investor who had a problem. I had no hesitation in calling up my good friend and brother Rajiv, who was the best member of parliament I have seen in 15 years. And I had no problem in calling him up and telling him to help, because the international company is planning to invest billions of dollars in India. And that investment of billions of dollars will help everybody, will help India. And he was so gracious that state went out of the way. And that's how we have to work as a team. अगर हम सब ने एक साथ मिलके इस दृष्टिकोण से काम किया, खुले मन से, खुले दिल से एक दूसरे से सीखा, समझा। आप एक कदम आगे बढ़िए, हम 10 कदम आगे बढ़ने को तैयार हैं। आपकी कुछ पॉलिसीज है, हमारी कुछ पॉलिसीज है, मिलके जब लागू करेंगे तो दुनिया कहां से कहां बदल सकते हैं। एंड अल्टीमेटली इंडस्ट्री रिक्वायर्स अ फ्यू एलिमेंटरी थिंग्स. लॉ एंड ऑर्डर. Ultimately, I can't do law and order. It will have to be the states. Time-bound approvals, center and states. Corruption-free environment. In industry, people are yearning that we should get building plan approvals quickly, licenses quickly, no harassment day-to-day basis, time-bound approvals, no physical interface, inspectors coming to the factory. I remember, as a young child, when I started my factory, when I was only 16 or 17, the biggest fear was to reach the factory in the morning and to see a white ambassador car standing outside your factory. क्यों चैतन्य जी? ठीक है ना? सफेद ambassador क्या देखी फैक्ट्री के बाहर? पिस्सू छूट जाते थे, पसीने आ जाते थे. We don't want to create that atmosphere in the country. We want to make it very nice, comfortable, friendly, a partnership between industry and government. And I offer my central government support 100% to you, all of you, in your effort to decriminalize laws, reduce compliance burden, make ease of doing business better and better, remove all the impediments in Shop and Establishment Act, labor laws, environment. So difficult to get an environment approval. I was with the data center people yesterday. They said the biggest problem is getting an electricity connection or a building approval plan, building plan approval, or to get land allotment at a reasonable price. We are of course setting up 20 industrial parks with you in partnership. Different states, different parks are coming up in almost all the states. Now 100 more parks policy is just on the verge of being finalized. The budget announcement was there. I wish every state offers themselves in a competitive mode. It will be a challenge. Whoever gives the best locations, best land, we'll approve that and start investing in your state jointly with you. Land you give, infrastructure we'll create out of the central government funds, and together promote industry. And let's think of innovative ways to allot land. If we burden people, like for data centers, we need land in Maharashtra. Land is in Mumbai 50 crore rupees an acre. How can we attract investment? We'll have to give innovative models. Maybe first 5 years, don't charge them anything. After that, it could be leased. I remember one innovative scheme Madhya Pradesh had come out with in Indore, from where Honorable Chief Minister is, that region. They built buildings and gave full ready-made building to software companies in Indore at 10 or 15 rupees a square foot, only maintenance cost. Entire building was constructed and given. आपको याद है ना? 5-7 साल पहले की बात है. And entire software industry like honeybees went to Indore, and they have a huge complex in Indore in software now. Now that small investment initially of the state has got lakhs of jobs in that state. Ultimately, we are all working to create jobs, to create economic activity, increase the GDP of our area, increase the income of our people. So it will have to be a collective effort. Let us all see how we can give better industrial policies. See, you may think industrial policy, you are giving up something. It's a very small thing you are giving up. But you are getting a big return. You're getting investment, you're creating jobs, you will have permanent source of income through GST. You will get economic activity around the industrial investment. ढाबे खुलेंगे, होटल आएंगे, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनेगा, बिजली बिकेगी, पानी बिकेगा. It has many benefits. But of course, one thing I would like to caution you, there's a big concern that states promise incentives but don't pay incentives. I would request everybody to consider, particularly to earn the trust of investors, to create escrow mechanisms, where third party certifies the eligibility for incentive and automatically the incentive is paid on time. Whichever state takes an initiative and does this, I promise you maximum industry will come in your state. Because they don't want the जूते घिसते नहीं है हर incentive को लेके जाने के लिए. Create a good third party, State Bank can be a party, SIDBI or some good reputed company who will verify everything and directly the payment of incentives will be made through an escrow mechanism. You can escrow one of your receivables or use the RBI mechanism and ensure and guarantee that nobody will ever have to come and sit on your doorstep for incentives. And I remember when we did the LED bulbs program, Ujala, 30% of the cost of the bulb came down only because I gave all the suppliers who won the tender in the auction my mobile number. That if on 30th day you don't get payment, call me up. I didn't get a single call because officers were so scared they made sure payment was made before 30 days by RTGS in the account of the supplier. It can be done, but we have to earn the trust of industry. And an escrow mechanism is strongly recommended, particularly where people are facing a lot of delays in getting incentives. Similarly, we must look at area approach. Today, an international investor from a big pharma company came. He has already invested 6,000 crores. His plan is to invest another 5,000 crores. And he commits research of worth about 4,500 crores in the next 3 to 4 years, in addition. You know what his problem was? The road from the airport to his factory is a complete shambles. He is embarrassed to take his board of directors whom he had brought to that factory. There were garbage piles all along the route. Swachhata was not taken care of. Now, small things. Of course, I am sitting next to the Chief Minister whose city comes number 1 in Swachhata every year, I think, for so many years. Indore, Bhopal, Jabalpur for 7 years, number 1, Indore. Why can't we all do that? Swachhata, better roads, quality of electricity. Maybe some of the states think about it. Don't do cross-subsidy with manufacturing. Give manufacturing power at reasonable cost. See how many more jobs you will create and those bills will be paid. So your revenue of your production costs of power or procurement costs plus some reasonable profit. When you cross-subsidize and make it 8 and 10 and 12 rupees a unit, very difficult to attract industry or investment. Small things can have a big impact. Easy approvals, long-term approvals, or automatic approval. For example, suppose you were to give environment approval within 7 days, based on trust, that you give all these certificates, third-party certificates, that you have this requirement is fulfilled, get a third-party certificate, you qualify or you accredit a 20, 30, 50 good quality third parties. Let them confirm it, and on that self-certification you give environment approval in 7 days. And then you can keep inspecting whenever you want to ensure that it's an honest self-certification. Ensure you give speaking orders so that no rent seeking can take place. For an officer to write a speaking order is very difficult unless it is genuinely a case which deserves to be punished. There should be a proper speaking order. This reasons, this is what I have verified, this is the lacunae, therefore this is the punishment or this is the fine. So you will find that no orders will come, no corruption will happen. Even as ministers or chief ministers, it's our duty to make sure we are keeping a watch. Do we have a dashboard? Are we ensuring time-bound approvals are happening? Do we have a Janta Darbar where we meet industry from time to time to find out their pain points? So I think if we work together, particularly in the principle, if you recall, Prime Minister Modi in 2014 had said, zero defect, zero effect. Focus on quality, फोकस ऑन सस्टेनेबिलिटी. दुनिया सस्टेनेबिलिटी को वैल्यू करेगी. पर्यावरण आज जरूरी हो गया. अभी अभी शीर्षा जी कह रहे थे, आप सबको उसकी चिंता करनी पड़ेगी. स्वच्छता भी उसी का भाग है. और पर्यावरण को अगर हमने नहीं संभाला तो हमारे प्रदेश का भविष्य अच्छा नहीं है, उद्योग भी नहीं आएगा. साथ ही साथ क्वालिटी के ऊपर हमें बल देना है. हम केंद्र की तरफ से क्वालिटी कंट्रोल ऑर्डर्स ला रहे हैं, पर उनको सुविधाजनक तरीके से काम करने मिले. कोई जेन्युइन डिफिकल्टी है तो दिल्ली तक आए. अगर जेन्युइन डिफिकल्टी नहीं है तो इंसिस्ट करना कि वो क्वालिटी कंट्रोल ऑर्डर इंप्लीमेंट हो. आप अपनी तरफ से नजर रखिए कि अच्छी चीजें दुकानों में बिक रही हैं क्या. गुणवत्ता के कई लाभ हैं. इफ यू रिकॉल, my 5 o'clock meeting is postponed, so there's no rush. If you recall, there was a time when we used to go to the market. Santana madam will remember. When we went to the market, we would say, "Jara export quality maal dekhana. Show me some export quality material." You remember that? Because there were two qualities in the market. If you went to the market, you will say, "Oh, this is a Sony TV. Let's buy a Sony TV. It's good quality." Why? What was special about Sony? It was just that it was Japanese, and there was an image that Japanese quality is good quality. You had the quality assurance by the country's brand. Is that right?
राजनीति खेल है शह और मात का, घात और प्रतिघात का. राजनीति के खेल में कौन है राजा, कौन है प्यादा, कहां टूटी है
Quality consciousness and make people understand the value of quality, both in industry and in the market.
What if I told you you can erase
And you have to tell us if you find in your markets that substandard goods are being sold. Then we can take action on those people. If substandard goods are being imported, please give back feedback to us. We have now made it compulsory to write the country of origin whenever goods are sold on e-commerce sites or in the shops. आप लोग please make sure in your shops, in your state, every product that is sold should have country of origin. Where is it produced? Not marketed, not packaged. Otherwise now I find a lot of people write packaged in India. That's not acceptable. What is the country of origin? Is it produced in India as per Make in India norms, or is it produced outside India? And where outside India? Why do we buy substandard products and suffer? Let us go for high quality products. And do you realize there's safety involved also? I remember when we studied the toys in the market, 2 out of 3 toys were dangerous, unsafe for children. बच्चों के लिए 3 में से 2 खिलौने हानिकारक थे. किसके एजेस खराब थे तो किसको चोट लग सकती थी, स्क्रैच लग सकती थी. कोई प्लास्टिक की क्वालिटी खराब थी, या कोई छोटे पार्ट्स ऐसे थे जो गले में जा सकते थे बच्चे के. क्या होगा आप सोच सकते हैं. किसी की पेंट की क्वालिटी खराब थी. अब कोई सोच सकता है अरे टॉयज पे क्या क्वालिटी कंट्रोल ऑर्डर लाए हो. मैं समझता हूं सबसे अहम क्वालिटी कंट्रोल ऑर्डर था तो टॉयज पे था, क्योंकि बच्चों की सुरक्षा की बात थी. कोई साइकिल है, बच्चा चला रहा है, खराब क्वालिटी की है और वो टॉपल हो जाए तो क्या हम चाहेंगे हमारे कोई बच्चे का ये हाल हो? और फिर हमने देखा कई ऐसी चीजें हैं जो डंप हो रही है भारत में, विदेशी देशों में। किधर यूएस के टैरिफ की वजह से उनको दूसरी मार्केट ढूंढनी है, तो भाई भारत अच्छा है, भारत में भेज दो। कोई देशों के पास इतनी सरप्लस कैपेसिटी है, और इशारा आप सब समझ रहे हैं, यू ऑल अंडरस्टैंड which country I am referring to. In many industries, they have capacity which is 10 times their requirement. 10 times what their local consumption is. So they want to dump material. If we are lax and we allow any material to come into our state, they will dump substandard, lousy quality and hurt our industrial interests. Our investments will dry up. Who will set up a factory in India if it is allowed to import bad quality material? If it is allowed to manufacture lousy quality in India, who will manufacture good quality in India? Because in the competition they won't be able to survive. And therefore I want your support in making sure that whatever is sold in your state is of high quality. Give us feedback wherever you find any low quality goods, and let us work together. And I can tell you, nowadays there's so much demand, people keep coming to us again and again. Other day the plywood industry came. Plywood industry said we are in a complete soup. Lousy quality, bad quality plywood is coming to India in large volumes because of the ASEAN FTA, which was finalized in 2008-9 or 10 or something, before our government came in, which has allowed all finished products to come into the country and a lot of other components also to come into the country duty free, and they're sending bad quality to India. Our domestic plywood industry was on the verge of closure, and they got protection when we ensured that quality control is implemented. And you can find out in your states, there are plywood factories almost in every state, and you will find what their status was earlier and now what their status is. And we also monitor to make sure that this does not result in a price increase, and we take assurance from them that they will not cheat the consumer or charge the consumer extra. Similarly, there are a lot of products which have been imported for times immemorial. Other day I talked to Asian Paints. I said, what are you importing? Paints is a big industry in India. You know how much demand, consumption of paints is there. I said, why are you importing? They said, there's no titanium dioxide in India factory. So I called all the people who could invest in that chemical. I said, why don't you make titanium dioxide? It was. What is that product? Just check. Titanium dioxide. I said, why do you not make in India? They said, because it comes so cheap from abroad, and the quality is so bad that if we make that bad quality, then we won't be able to sell. And this cheap quality comes from outside, and our competitors buy that, and we are not able to compete.
Previously we have manufactured titanium dioxide.
You are the only state, but
We are supporting us.
please increase production.
Titanium also.
Please increase production. There's so much demand, and there's not enough supply.
Yeah,
And
we have the beach sands for that, but there's a regulatory issue now. We're facing some issues with it. There are some environmental concerns.
give us the details. We'll talk to
And
you.
we
And
could join IREL. IREL has a unit in Tamil Nadu also. We have the beach sands, and it's actually.
and that will help us with the
rutile.
critical minerals also.
Yes, yes. It's
The rare
mainly
earths and all
rutile
that.
and,
So we have to work together.
Eliminate
That is cooperative federalism. But as I was saying, now there are 3 or 4 factories investing 2,000 or 3,000 crore rupees collectively to make titanium dioxide in India. Because they have the assurance that substandard quality will not come and kill their investment. And item after item, CRGO sheets. I don't know if you are aware, in every transformer, CRGO is used in a big way. I found that it is being imported continuously for for decades. It's being imported. I talked to the steel industry, they say there's so much surplus capacity in our neighboring country and they send it at such low prices, we can't compete. Now that quality also is not good enough for us. Should we not get good quality for the transformers which all your utility companies are buying? Because of bad quality CRGO, your transformer is bad quality. If your transformer is bad quality, your own power company makes more losses, plus consumers suffer because the transformer burns out. Now, because there is a quality control order, they have the assurance that their good quality will be protected. I think 2 or 3 steel companies have started investing to make CRGO steel in India. At the same time, it's possible that while we are doing all this effort, some inadvertent mistake may also happen. At which point, we have to play a role, we have to give that feedback. It can always be corrected. More time can be given. There were QCOs which I implemented. I, as in the central government, implemented. Different line ministries do it. Petroleum, chemical and fertilizers or petrochemicals, textiles, steel, DPIIT. Everybody implements in their area. So if we implement a QCO, then we find that no, there's not enough capacity and we may have to be a little more lenient. We extend the time also. We give more time to micro and small units so that they can get used to it, they can get comfort. We have removed the requirement for testing labs. Nobody needs to set up testing labs to meet the requirement of QCO. They can use public labs. Third-party certification is allowed for everybody. No investment in labs. Similarly, no BIS harassment. They take a sample once, give the certification quickly, and then occasionally from the market they take sample to make sure quality is consistently kept. If any of your industry has a problem, any inspectors troubling them, any harassment, you all have to keep an eye out, handhold the industry, flag it off to the concerned department. There may be occasionally a few cases. I can't guarantee about thousands of inspectors. But does that mean we should throw the baby out with the bathwater? If 4 people make a mistake, does it mean 900 people are wrong? And if that approach we all work, then sustainability and quality, these 2 areas of focus and ease of doing business through business reform action plan, BRAP, which we are all here to discuss. Availability of land at affordable prices, good quality infrastructure in industrial estate, whether central, joint venture or state industrial estate, innovative ideas to promote industry in your state, good incentive package, leveraging central government schemes. We have PM schemes for skill development, for apprentices. We have scheme for the Northeast, the Unnati scheme. We have schemes for Jammu Kashmir because it's a union territory and it has gone through a period of great difficulty. Some of the states have wonderful policies which are attracting investment. And every state cannot do everything. Each state will have its own unique selling proposition. आज ओडिशा के मंत्री जी ने बताया माइनिंग की उनकी स्ट्रेंथ है, मुझे लगता है 60,000 करोड़ रुपया सालाना माइन के रेवेन्यू है, 60,000 करोड़ रुपया। पर ये ऐसा नहीं है उनके पास सिर्फ माइन्स है, आप सबके यहाँ अलग अलग माइन्स है। माइन्स में भ्रष्टाचार बंद करें, सब कुछ पारदर्शी तरीके से ऑक्शन करें, इजी कंप्लायंसेस हो, इजी पेमेंट टर्म्स हो और निगरानी रखी जाए कि गलत काम नहीं हो रहा है। कई जगह पे सुनने में आता है ट्रांसपोर्ट यूनियंस बहुत तंग करती हैं, कई जगह पे ट्रांसपोर्ट परमिट देने में तकलीफें क्रिएट करी जाती है। मैंने ओडिशा को भी रिक्वेस्ट की है, बंद करो ये ट्रांसपोर्ट परमिट। जीएसटी का रिकॉर्ड तो है ही अपने पास, जीएसटी का बिल ऑफ वो बनता है ना, ई-वे बिल, वो ट्रांसपोर्ट परमिट है। हम क्यों लोगों के जीवन को कठिनाई में डालते हैं? हम क्यों नहीं हर एक चीज सरल कर सकते? विश्वास करें लोगों के ऊपर, विश्वास करें जनता के ऊपर। अगर हम विश्वास की भावना से काम करेंगे तो लाखों करोड़ों रुपए आपके प्रदेश में निवेश आ सकता है। इंडस्ट्री पे विश्वास करें, जनता पे विश्वास करें। और कभी भी 2-4 केस खराब हुए उसके पीछे 100 को मत तकलीफ दो, उनको कड़ी से कड़ी कार्रवाई करो, पर सरलता रखो अपने काम में। माइनिंग तो ऐसी चीज है कि जितना आप डिले कर रहे हो आप खुद ही अपने आप को नुकसान कर रहे हो। लो हैंगिंग फ्रूट है, जल्दी से जल्दी माइंस को ऑक्शन करो, उसको हाथ बटाओ, एक स्पेशल टास्क फोर्स बनाओ माइंस को इजी और जल्दी खोलने के लिए, कि उसके रेवेन्यू बहुत बड़े पैमाने पे आपको मिल सकते। उसका रेवेन्यू भी आता है, उससे जॉब्स भी क्रिएट होती है। माइन होगी तो इंडस्ट्री भी आएगी। आपके यहाँ स्टील प्लांट कितने लग रहे हैं? बहुत सारे। पावर प्लांट कितने लग रहे हैं? छत्तीसगढ़ में लग रहे हैं पावर प्लांट। अब ये सब चीजें लेवरेज करना है, हमें उसका लाभ लेना है। डीएमएफ भी मिलता है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट मिनरल फंड में भी बहुत पैसा मिलता है, उससे डिस्ट्रिक्ट के उद्धार हो सकता है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट की डेवलपमेंट हो सकती है। 2-3 चीजें बोल के मैं अपनी बात को खत्म करूंगा। एक लेबर लॉस और शॉप एंड एस्टैब्लिशमेंट और एनवायरमेंट लॉस, ये तीनों का सरलीकरण और टाइम बाउंड अप्रूवल अगर हर एक राज्य ने फोकस किया तो उससे बहुत बड़ा प्रभावशाली बदलाव हो सकता है। और मैं चाहूंगा कि इसमें जिसके भी बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस है उस सबके साथ शेयर। म्युनिसिपल अप्रूवल्स फॉर बिल्डिंग, तो बिल्डिंगें जल्दी बनेंगी, रियल एस्टेट और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनेगा तो उतनी जॉब्स ज्यादा आएंगी। सबसे ज्यादा जॉब्स इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर क्रिएट करते हैं, सबसे ज्यादा नौकरियां। और मैं मानता हूं कि जो हमारे भाई राजा ने बताया तमिलनाडु से 41% विमेन एम्प्लॉयमेंट, ये हम सबको विचार करना पड़ेगा। मैं मध्य प्रदेश है किसका देख रहा था कि 24 घंटे अलाउ किया है, नाइट शिफ्ट अलाउ किए हैं, महिलाओं के लिए बस सर्विस।
इंडस्ट्रियल बेल्ट में भी हमने हॉस्टल और रेसिडेंशियल कंसिडर किया है, प्लान के साथ किया।
हाँ, ये भी वेरी गुड पॉइंट। हम महिलाओं को काम तो देते हैं पर उनके रहने, उनके लिए क्रैश की व्यवस्था, उनके लिए अच्छे बाथरूम्स हो, अच्छे चेंज रूम्स हो, अच्छी यूनिफॉर्म हो, अगर वो सब भी चिंता करें, उनका ईएसआई पीएफ अवश्य पे हो, तो बहुत बड़ा बदलाव समाज में आ सकता है।
Minister, Honorable Minister and Chief Minister, we've already done that in Tamil Nadu, sir. We have opened what we call Todi Virdi. These are hostel, workers, women hostels in all the urban areas. It's absolutely full. It's got complete CCTV coverage, security, and it's the best thing these women can expect. So I think other states should definitely take it forward. And we also have hostels for women close to the to places like Foxconn and Teal. Now Tata, they have 15,000 women staying there.
No, that's a very smart move. और ये इन्वेस्टमेंट सोचिए, और मैं आपको ईमानदारी से बोलता हूँ फ्री में देने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। आप चार्ज करिए उनको, रीजनेबल चार्ज करिए।
सर हम लोग भी सर सब इंडस्ट्रियल पार्क में वर्कर्स हॉस्टल हम लोग बना रहे हैं। अभी सर हमारा जो लेबर पॉलिसी में 9 to 10 आवर सर उसको एक्सटेंड किया है, और नाइट में भी सर वुमेन को भी अलाउ किया है काम करने के लिए।
भी जमाना बदल गया, हमें उनकी सेफ्टी का ध्यान रखना है। सिक्योरिटी, सेफ्टी, उनका ट्रांसपोर्ट फैसिलिटी।
One more point that you made, a fantastic point. Women need creches, and we've tied up with Fiki Flow, which is Fiki's women, and they are now taking it. We built the setup in all our SIPCOTs, which are our industrial parks. Every SIPCOT now will have creche, and the Fiki members take care of it.
And we should have a dashboard. Each minister should have a dashboard. Each industry secretary, principal secretary, chief secretary. अब look at UP. UP did that program कितने साल हो गए? 3 साल हुए ना? 3 years back. And every 6 months, they have a groundbreaking ceremony for large number of projects. every 6 months they have a celebration of foundation stone and finished projects. And deep monitoring, I think 35 lakh crore rupees worth of projects.
अभी 40 लाख करोड़ हो गया
40 लाख करोड़।
35 लाख 50 था
कभी
फिर बाद में
किस-
6.5 लाख आया सर
कितना?
6.5 लाख बाद में आया सर
बाद में आया।
अपने आप मतलब
30
कुछ
लाख
time लगता है।
33 लाख पहले थे, 6.5 लाख बाद में आए। अब आप सोचिए, हम सब यूपी को कई वर्षों से जानते हैं, पुराना यूपी हम सबको याद है, वी ऑल रिमेंबर द ओल्ड यूपी, what it was famous for, and look at the situation how it has changed today. 40 lakh crore investment coming in UP, I don't think any of us would have dreamt also. And it's possible, in every state it is possible. I spoke to Pramod Sawant of Goa, and he was so forthcoming. Now he's behind. मैंने तो एक सुझाव दिया, simple suggestion. Why don't you look for some land where we can do global capability center and IT industry, because it's a tourism state. But they want investment, they want jobs. So within 6 days, he came up with a proposal. I've got 200 acres near the new airport. Now help me. So I'm waiting for the new scheme to be passed. I think you have visited also. Rajat Saini, the MD of NICDIC, who's responsible for industrial parks, is here, and afterwards we'll expect you to talk. And we have already kept the land in readiness. We are waiting for the policy. Probably we can immediately start work there and create infrastructure suitable for your state. Now, possibly what can be done in Madhya Pradesh will be different from Odisha, will be different from Chhattisgarh, will be different from Goa, will be different from Delhi, will be different from Tamil Nadu. Every state will have different propositions. We have to tailor make. Don't try to do everything yourself. So I remember when we did the PM Mitra Parks, 7 parks. I think Tamil Nadu got one, Madhya Pradesh already inaugurated. You're also inaugurating now. Telangana has got one. I don't know who else. UP got one. UP has a PM Mitra Park. Maharashtra has one. So why is Uday Sawant not here? My own state has not come here. Point I'm making is, those 7 parks, we have asked all the states to apply. We got 12 or 13 applications, I think, or 19, I don't remember. And we were fair. There was no politics in it. I think the first to be approved was probably yours, Raja. First to be approved was Tamil Nadu.
And being done by the state itself, via SIPCOT itself. Thank you for that.
Then there was one with Telangana. So it was completely transparent process. Whoever was the best, they got it. Idea is that you come 1 step forward, we will come 10 steps forward. That I can promise you, irrespective of which government is in power, which state is there. My Prime Minister from 2014, his instructions have been clear to all cabinet ministers that we are all in it together. Until the states progress, the nation cannot progress. Progress will happen at your level. And more particularly, with due respect to some sentiments in the southern states, we will have to focus on Eastern India and Northeast India, because for years they have been deprived of development. We will have to give a special focus to get our northeastern states up. No other Prime Minister has gone to northeastern states. By now it must be 60 times. 60 times the Prime Minister personally going to the northeast. Every minister, cabinet minister is required to go there every month, one state. And friends, there's so much we can do together. Sky is the limit. But one area where, or 2 areas where I'll mention your particular interest. One is skill development. Sadly, we are getting more and more focused only on traditional form of education, and our children are not becoming work ready. Our education has to move more and more towards vocational training, apprenticeship and skill development programs, so that we make children ready for a job of their choice. वो थ्री इडियट्स पिक्चर देखी है कि नहीं आप लोगों ने? किसने देखी है? नहीं देखी है? शीर्षा ने तो देखी है. Rajiv, you see Three Idiots with subtitles. Raja, you must also see it. You have seen it? We don't want to make Madhavans. You know, in that movie, parents force their son, who's a very bright boy, to become an engineer. But he wants to be a photographer. He would have made a fantastic photographer. But he's forced to become an engineer. We don't want to do that. We want the photographer to become an absolutely excellent world-class photographer. Let the children flourish and prosper in what they are best at. Promote startups in your state. Do you have a vertical focusing on youngsters who are becoming job creators nowadays? Who are coming up with new innovations, have incubation centers. Our Startup India mission is willing to help any state, anywhere in the country, in your Startup India ambitions. We provide funds also to set up incubation centers. We provide funds for startups. And now we are focusing on deep tech startups. 10,000 crores fund of funds, second fund of funds, is going to be focused on deep tech startups. The first 10,000 crores catalyzed 90,000 crores of investment. So let's focus on skill development in a big way. And the other area is innovation. Can each state come out with a policy to promote R&D and innovation in your state? Government of India is willing to give 1 lakh crore through a research, development and innovation fund, RDI. 1 lakh crores. It's a huge amount. You use that, leverage that, promote innovation in your state. Promote youngsters who have that interest to do R&D. Invite companies.
I just announced that in my speech that we have exactly launched recently the Innovation and R&D Park recently in our best industrial estate, that is Verna Industrial Estate.
Wonderful. I think there's tremendous potential. If we can, but all these schemes can best be used when you also supplement it and promote it. And last but not the least is free trade agreements. We have entered into free trade agreements now already with, before our government came in, it was ASEAN, Japan, Korea. Our government has done it with Mauritius, 4 nations, Switzerland, Norway, Liechtenstein and Iceland, EFTA nations, UK, Australia, UAE. We are close to finishing with New Zealand, Oman. We are doing a second tranche with Australia. We are working with European Union, 27 nations, with United States of America, Chile, Peru. We'll soon launch the GCC, 6-nation GCC, Mercosur, Brazil, Argentina, those nations. Did you notice the difference? Old FTAs was with our competitors, with whom we are competing, particularly ASEAN nations. New FTA, all developed nations, because we want to become a developed nation ourselves. We want to stand in competition and work with developed nations so that we bring the qualities of a developed nation in India. The mindset of India has to change to think like a developed nation. And therefore, our effort is to promote free trade agreements. And mind you, we are taking care of sensitivities in every free trade agreement. Our farmers' interests, our fishermen' interests, our dairy interests, our MSME interests. We take care of that. Very carefully, after a lot of discussions with industry, we finalize the terms of the FTA. But if we want markets to accept our goods, we will also have to open our markets for their goods. And who is the biggest beneficiary of this competition? The consumer. 140 crore Indians. Consumer will get a good deal. in a fair competition. If it is unfair competition where somebody is dumping goods, then consumer will suffer. But I'm sure you'll all agree, if any goods come from America or come from Europe, there's no harm. They're generally good quality. And if India cannot compete with the cost of production in Europe or in America, then in that business we have no right to be in that business. We'll have to be competitive. These countries are, Switzerland per capita income is $1 lakh. Our per capita income is $2,500. We can't compete with them. Of course we can. Your America per capita income is $85,000. You think we can't compete with that? So we are wanting to promote more and more open borders, open trade through free trade agreements with developed nations and provide opportunity for Indian industry to become big export-oriented industry of high quality products, recognized and respected for affordability or competitive prices, sustainability, using good manufacturing practices and reducing the carbon footprint, and high quality. 3 criteria. So this, friends, as industry ministers, should be our prime focus. Of course, tourism also, Goa is here. Tourism also is equally an important industry. We have fantastic places, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Goa, Tamil Nadu, they're doing a lot for tourism, but we have not even touched the tip of the iceberg. Kerala, God's own country, the scope is at least 10 times more than what we are doing today. 10 times, 100,000% growth.
You see, now we have introduced work plus vacation. Work plus vacation, workation. Work from Kerala.
One,
Work plus vacation.
work plus vacation.
Workation. Work from Kerala.
Work from Kerala. Good. And we are also in our FTAs opening the doors for a lot of people from India to go and work abroad. Chefs, yoga instructors, construction workers. We are trying to open the doors for a lot of new opportunities abroad. So tourism in India can be a big income earner, big job creator, foreign exchange earner. At the same time, today Germany wants 90,000 people from India every year. Japan wants 3 lakh people. Nurses from India, caregivers from India, huge demand.
PC, we have already started working with Japan and Germany. The first set of, we've already signed an MOU with Nissan, Ehime Nissan, which is just a servicing arm of Nissan. And we're supplying kids who are well versed in the Japanese language. So that's working out brilliantly for us. I think we should all talk.
All states should follow that. Why don't you get some Japanese language trainers in your state? German language trainers, Spanish language trainers. And imagine how many people can get jobs. Northeast, our sisters are so good in caregiving. There's tremendous potential and very high incomes. But we have to take an interest. We have to teach them language. Just Japan alone can take 3 lakh caregivers. Just Japan alone. Germany wants skilled workers. Europe overall needs 5 lakh caregivers and nurses. Huge potential. We are not leveraging all the effort that we are putting in through mobility agreements, through FTAs. It can only be successful when all of you are a part of that FTA. Look at export as your responsibility. It's not only central government responsibility. Import substitution is also your responsibility because it gives jobs in your state, gives your people incomes. Those people will spend in your state, you will get more GST. So it's a holistic vision with which you have to work. I seriously think that potential is tremendous. I think if everybody takes it as a mission, if everybody starts working as a team, learning from each other, adopting better practices, making life easier for industry, for exporters, for tourism. After all, what is tourism? Some infrastructure, some better access, good communication, law and order, most important, sanitation, toilets, good clean atmosphere, no garbage piles, good hospitality, good food, hygienic food available. Simple things. None of this is expensive. Mostly the private sector will do. We have to act as enablers. If we start acting as enablers, the sky is the limit to what we can do. So friends, that's broadly what I wanted to say. We will encourage all of you to please write in your suggestions. After this, I'm going to request Mohanji to speak because at my request, he had not spoken. I had a meeting which I just got information that the meeting is postponed. Otherwise, I was not going to give so much talk also. But I'll request Mohanji to give us his valuable guidance, feedback, a very senior, tall leader, very popular and successful Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, and see the commitment. He's left some important engagement which he was pre-committed. Since he holds industry portfolio, and many Chief Ministers hold industry portfolio, by the way. But despite his preoccupation, he took the time out, flew into Delhi only for this meeting. If all of us ministers and all of us officers in this room demonstrate the same sincerity and the same seriousness to this activity, to the activity of promoting industry, exports, in import substitution, sustainability, quality, create more jobs, support tourism, all these issues which I said, there's no limit to the possibilities. And I'll conclude by what Prime Minister said. We walk together, move together, think together, resolve together, and together we take this country forward. Thank you, friends.
I would माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी से अनुरोध करूंगा कि सर आप अपने आशीर्वचन से अनुग्रहित करें।
इतने सुंदर समापन के बाद अब कुछ बोलना ऐसा लगता है कि थोड़ा जाती हो जाएगी। मैं हमारे अपने काम के प्रति यद्यपि ये बात सही है कि मैं उज्जैन से आता हूँ और उज्जैन सम्राट विक्रमादित्य की नगरी है और विक्रमादित्य के नवरत्नों के जमाने से काम और काम की पद्धति के सुशासन के उच्चतम प्रतिमान अगर कहीं माने जाते हैं तो वो अतीत के 2000 साल पुराने सुशासन के माने जाते हैं। और ये तो अतीत की बात हुई, इतना लंबे समय में हमको केवल साहित्य में पढ़ने को मिलेगा, लेकिन आज के समय में शासन की संचालन की व्यवस्था दिल्ली से माननीय मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में उनके विभिन्न नवरत्न जो करते दिखाई दे रहे हैं, तो वो एहसास हो रहा कि इतना सुंदर वो समय था तो ये कम सुंदर नहीं है। जोरदार अभिनंदन करें हमारे पीयूष जी के इस सुंदर समापन के लिए, जो काम के आधार पर प्रेरणा भी दे रहे, नवाचार के लिए प्रेरित भी कर रहे, अपनी व्यवस्थाओं के प्रति केंद्र की जो सक्रिय मदद होना चाहिए और जिस प्रकार का समय भी चल रहा है उसके रिजल्ट भी आते दिखाई दे रहे हैं। ये बात सही है कि 2014 का पहले का समय और आज का समय ये इसी प्रकार के प्रोत्साहन देने वाले कार्यक्रमों के आधार पर है। मैं जानता हूं कि जब मंत्रिमंडल का बंटवारा हुआ तो ये चुनौती हमारे पास भी थी। बहुत तेज गति से मध्य प्रदेश में एग्रीकल्चर ग्रोथ रेट तो बहुत तेज गति से, लेकिन इंडस्ट्रियों के हाल हमारे बहुत थोड़े अच्छे नहीं थे। लेकिन हमने अपने राज्य की इतनी बड़ी भौगोलिक सीमा में भी रीजनल इंडस्ट्री कॉन्क्लेव करते हुए कि हर रीजन में हमारी इंडस्ट्री कॉन्क्लेव होना चाहिए। अब अंदाज लगा सकते इस बात का कि भोपाल 1956 में बना राजधानी, लेकिन जीआईएस हमारी सरकार बनने के बाद पहली बार हुई। जीआईएस भी जब भी होगी केवल इंदौर में होती थी, राजधानी भोपाल में नहीं होना। लेकिन मैं इसलिए भी धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगी, प्रधानमंत्री जी ने न केवल प्रोत्साहन दिया बल्कि एक रात पहले आए और उन्होंने कहा कि मैं यहाँ रहूँगा और ये हमारे लिए तो वहाँ अधिकारियों के सबके हाथ पांव खुल गए थे कि पहले भोपाल में कैसे GIS होगी, कभी कराया नहीं, ऊपर से प्रधानमंत्री का आना और रुकना, ये और बड़ा चुनौती का, लेकिन ये सब चीज़ों का हल निकलता। मुझे इस बात की प्रसन्नता है। ऐसे बहुत सारे नवाचार हमने किए हैं, जैसे IT के सेक्टर में हमारे इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज के बड़े बड़े कैंपस ऐसे ही खाली थे जिनके लैंड बैंक बड़ा था, तो जहां हमको लैंड की दिक्कत थी तो उनको पार्टनर बना करके टेक्निकल साइड से भी ऐसे कई सारे सेक्टर में आगे बढ़ते हुए आज समय की थोड़ी सी सीमितता भी है और आपको बैठक में जाना, आपने पुनः मुझे बोलने का धन्यवाद मैं आपको देता हूँ। माननीय पीयूष जी, आपके नेतृत्व में निश्चित रूप से हम सब ऐसे अलग अलग राज्यों के माध्यम से भारत माता की सेवा करते रहे। पुनः आपका आभार, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Now, as we move towards felicitation ceremony, I would like to request Additional Secretary Srimati Himani Pandey to introduce.
Before that, anybody has anything to supplement, Himani ji? Yes. We just give an opportunity to all the ministers. If anybody wants to add anything, you're free to. If any senior official has anything to add very pointedly, please raise your hand and let us know. Then we'll do the awards and we'll wind up the program. If anybody wants to add anything, any officer of the states whose ministers have not come also can speak.
Sir, UP and Kerala is requesting for videos.
Yeah, sure.
Welcome to Kerala, where nature, people, and industry come together to power sustainable, investment-ready growth. Kerala, the state with the highest literacy rate and human development index. India's first fully digital state, leading in mobile and optic fiber reach. Globally connected through international airports, major seaports, and strong road networks. With world-class healthcare, quality education, and empowered citizens. Here begins the roadmap to achieving excellence and ease of doing business reforms. 2017, Investment Facilitation Cell launched. 2018, MSME regulations simplified through omnibus amendments. 2019, K-Swift single window and online inspections go live. 2020, roll out of in-principle approval for MSMEs. 2021, Investment Facilitation Bureau and Sunny Committee ease big project clearances. 2022, 105 obsolete acts repealed. Year of Enterprises and Digital Grievance Redressal. 2023, new industrial policy, 22 sunrise sectors, Mission 1000 for MSMEs. 2024, nationally, Kerala is a top achiever in the government of India's Business Reform Action Plan. 2025, 425 plus EOIS and 48 precursor events ahead of Invest Kerala Global Summit. K-Swift, Kerala's digital single window for fast clearances. 120 services across 22 departments. One common form, online payments, digital permits, and 30-day timelines with alerts. KCIS centralizes inspections and brings transparency end-to-end. And our industrial land portal and app simplify site selection. We pair tech with touch. Help desks in every local body. Kerala's industrial policy delivers SGST refunds, investment subsidies, stamp duty exemptions, quality and sustainability incentives, and bespoke packages for large projects. KRIIS, rewarding industries that grow responsibly. Meet the Minister Forums and a time-bound online grievance redressal that penalizes delays. Feedback drives fixes. Result? A nationally recognized MSME surge. Over 3.5 lakh units. 22,800 plus crore in investment. 7.5 lakh jobs. And more than 1.1 lakh women-led enterprises backed by insurance, MSME clinics, and Mission 1000 scale-up support. Invest into 147 plus industrial parks and a robust logistics base. The Kochi-Bengaluru Industrial Corridor, IMC Palakkad, has 85% land acquired, DPR and master plan approved, and Phase 1 tender awarded, enabling 55,000 plus jobs. Vizhinjam, the deep water, near Shipping Lane Transshipment Hub, offers natural 18-meter draft and high TEU capacity. Kerala's ports and airports expand your global reach. Anchored by India's first state-level ESG policy, targeting 100% RE by 2040 and net zero by 2050, the Nanma brand certifies ethical, high-quality, made-in-Kerala products. Anytime, anywhere, build with confidence. Invest in Kerala.
Under the visionary leadership of Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, the state has witnessed unprecedented growth and transformation. From infrastructure to industry, from governance to global partnerships, Uttar Pradesh is scripting a new story of development and progress. With 4 operational and 1 upcoming Noida International Airport, Jewar, 7 operational expressways, with 6 more under construction, strategic freight corridors, and emerging logistics hubs in Greater Noida and Dadri, more than 33 investment-oriented and sector-specific policies, the state has built a robust, investor-friendly ecosystem that fosters innovation, entrepreneurship, and sustainable growth. Building on the strong foundation of reform-driven growth, the Business Reform Action Plan, Nivesh Mitra 2.0 offers 530+ services across 43+ departments. With a 97% positive feedback from investors, Uttar Pradesh has implemented several transformative initiatives under the guidance of the Central Task Force and Deregulation Cell, aligned with the ease of doing business agenda. Uttar Pradesh Sugamya Vyapar Amendment of Provisions Ordinance 2025 has been cleared by the Cabinet, removing 99% of offences from 10 state laws. Aligned with India's Jan Vishwas Act, it decriminalizes minor business offences, simplifies compliance, and promotes trust-based governance. And now comes Nivesh Mitra 3.0, India's most advanced AI-enabled single-window platform, integrating approvals, incentives, and grievance redressal into one seamless experience. Digital transformation meets data intelligence as Invest UP deploys AI-driven support, investor workshops, and real-time monitoring systems with the newly appointed Udyami Mitras under the Invest UP Nivesh Mitra Udyami Mitra pilot. Approval timelines will be reduced substantially for the investor journey. For intent to MOU, application to LOC, LOC to commercial production. For the first time in India, an investor journey mock drill tests every stage of the investor experience, ensuring faster, transparent service delivery. With BRAP 2025 and Nivesh Mitra 3.0, the state sets the national benchmark for governance excellence, raising the bar for transparency, efficiency, and investor trust. We are leading the way with innovation and technology, redefining ease of doing business in India, where growth drives progress and opportunity fuels success. In the northeastern part of India, Tripura stands quietly confident, a land where lush forests shape the horizon and the warmth of its people shapes its future. At the heart of this transformation lies a strong reform framework built on 5 pillars. Capacity building business process reform, reducing compliance burden, digital governance, and institutional strengthening. Through these reforms are reshaping lives. The Constitution of Investment Promotion Agency of Tripura and Swagat, Tripura's single window portal has added new dimensions in enabling investors to obtain all approvals and clearance through a seamless, digital and time-bound process and promote investments across sectors. The state has been recognized as a top achievers under the BRAP 2022 and the forward-looking deregulation initiatives by streamlines business processes. Removing unnecessary compliances and simplifying regulations has already been documented as best practices by the Deregulation Cell of the Cabinet Secretariat and is a front-runner in implementation of the initiative in the country. From simplified land approvals to relaxed building norms that boost development freedom, introduction of self and third-party certification, introduction of labor reforms by increase in working hours, permitting women to work in night shifts, raising threshold of workers for the closure of factories, increase in number of white category industries to 130, implementation of Jan Vishwas Act, and many other reforms, the state continues to build trust-based governance with ease of doing business at its core. These large-scale reforms have set in motion a wave of transformative changes across Tripura, driving day-to-day process improvements, strengthening personal management, and fostering a culture of digital governance and administrative efficiency. These has reduced political rigidity, enhanced investor confidence, and led to high conversion of MOUs into actual investments. The state has also witnessed a surge in real estate development, significant growth in processing and service sector investments support
टीवी 24 एयरटेल के चैनल नंबर